He replied, a man should do something to keep the doors of reconciliation open as well. Sometime later, I saw the same gang leader in a state of ihram, performing tawaf of the blessed Kaaba. His face was shining with the light of worship, and he had weakened himself through devotional practices. I asked surprisingly, are you the same man? He answered, yes I am, and let me tell you, that very same fast is what caused my reconciliation with Allah Azza wa Jal. My dear Islamic brothers, so we have learnt that no act of piety should be seen as small and be ignored. You never know, that small looking action might just be accepted by Allah Azza wa Jal and do the job for you in both worlds. The previous story also highlights for us the importance of optional fasts. It is obviously not easy for every single person to fast optionally all the time, but each and every one of us should at least make an attempt to fast every Monday, because it is sunnah to do so. Look at what fasting did for that gang leader. Fasting blessed him with guidance as well as sainthood. The book Kimya-e-Saadat mentions the following statement made by Sayyiduna Sheikh-e-Tani rahmatullahi ta'ala alayhi. I saw Sayyiduna Junaid Baghdadi rahmatullahi ta'ala alayhi after his death in a dream and asked, what did Allah Azza wa Jal do to you? He replied, my worships and struggles were of no use to me, but the thing that caused my forgiveness was getting up at night and praying 2 rak'at of tahajjud salah. My dear Islamic brothers, one should develop a habit of performing optional worships as well as the compulsory, especially tahajjud. You never know, struggling to get up for tahajjud might just be accepted by Allah Azza wa Jal and act as an excuse for you being forgiven. My dear Islamic brothers, beware. This compassionate speech must not let you believe that because the mercy of Allah Azza wa Jal is great, you can miss your salah, not fast in Ramadan, sit in front of the television and watch films and dramas, stare at women because the mercy of Allah Azza wa Jal is great. So bother your parents, swear as much as you want, lie as much as you want, backbite Muslims as much as you want, hurt the feelings of Muslims because the mercy of Allah Azza wa Jal is great. Break all previous records of immorality. Shave or trim your beard, steal, rob people, drink as much alcohol as you want, intoxicate yourself, gamble. In fact, why not open up a casino to gamble and sell drugs and commit every sin you have not yet experienced? Because the mercy of Allah Azza wa Jal is great. My dear Islamic brothers, beware of the devil. Do not let him grab you by the ear and force you to obey him in this way. Indeed, Allah Azza wa Jal is merciful and compassionate. He is also omnipotent. Indeed, Allah Azza wa Jal is merciful and compassionate, but He is also omnipotent. He can shower favors upon people, but He is also capable of punishing. What will we do if He punishes us for committing a minor sin? Remember, some Muslims will definitely be punished in the fire for their sins. We must fear the wrath of Allah Azza wa Jal at all times and hope that our names are not amongst the hell dwellers. My dear Islamic brothers, listen about the madani attitude of Sayyiduna Farooq-e-Azam radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. What fear and hope he had. He is quoted to have said, if Allah Azza wa Jal is going to put everyone except one person in hell, I will hope that one person will be me. And if Allah Azza wa Jal is going to put only one person in hell, I will fear that one person might be me. So we must not despair of the mercy of Allah Azza wa Jal, and at the same time not become fearless of His wrath. Let me try to explain my point logically. Take for instance that there are 10,000 Islamic brothers in a gathering at the moment. Now suppose a terrorist suddenly appears and shouts out, I'll only fire one bullet, only one person will be shot, everyone else will be safe. What do you think? Will 9,999 Islamic brothers stand fearless, knowing that he will only fire one bullet and only one man will be shot? Never. Each and every single person will fear and run, thinking the bullet might hit me. I hope I have clarified my point. Remember, it is a fact that a number of Muslims will be punished in the fire due to their sins. So why does each and every Muslim not fear that he might be amongst them? The pain felt due to a bullet wound is nothing compared to the punishment of hell. A hadith of Muslim Sharif states that the mildest punishment in hell is that a man will have to wear shoes of fire which will make his brain boil like water in a kettle. But a man subjected to this punishment will think that this is the worst punishment. A hadith in Bukhari Sharif states that he will be asked on the day of judgment by Allah Azza wa Jal, if you own the whole universe, would you give it all to have this punishment stopped? He will scream out, yes, I will give everything. Please take these shoes off my feet. Please just rid me of this torment. My dear Islamic brothers, although there will be much more severe modes of punishment in hell, at least scare yourselves of the lightest punishment. If you want to learn about these punishments, I suggest you read the written version of one of Ameer-e-Ahl-e-Sunnat, Ameer-e-Dawat-e-Islami, Hazrat Allama, Maulana Abu Bilal, Muhammad Ilyas, Attar, Qadri, Damat Barakatuhum al-Aliyah speeches called Pur Asrar Khazana, the secret treasure, or listen to the audio version. Hopefully you will find yourselves trembling with the fear of Allah Azza wa Jal after reading it. Ask yourselves, what if I have to just suffer the mildest punishment for missing salah with jama'at? What will I do if I have to wear shoes of fire for not avoiding looking at a non-mahram, or being informal with my sister-in-law, or looking at her deliberately, or not avoiding contact with my paternal aunt, paternal uncle's wife, maternal uncle's wife, or my cousin's sisters, and forming an informal relationship with them, and having a laugh with them? Yes, one's sister-in-law, paternal uncle's wife, paternal aunt, maternal uncle's wife, etc. are all considered non-mahram in the eyes of Sharia. Therefore, Sharia has prohibited informalities with any of these women, any other woman one is allowed to marry, and the same applies to women. They must avoid contact with a non-mahram men. My dear Islamic brothers, we must not despair of the mercy of Allah Azza wa Jal, nor must we become fearless of His wrath. Both will lead us to destruction. If someone loses hope in the mercy of Allah Azza wa Jal, he will be ruined. But so will one who boldly commits sins and then gets caught in the wrath of Allah Azza wa Jal. A man's integrity and dignity demand that he worship the Lord Azza wa Jal, that has granted him innumerable favors out of sheer mercy and benevolence, and that he imitate the actions of his beloved Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wa sallam, and remain sincerely devoted to him throughout his whole life. This is the key to our welfare in both worlds. Ameen bijahin nabiyil ameen wa sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wa sallam. Alhamdulillah Azza wa Jal, the sunnah of the Holy Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wa sallam is taught and learnt in the madani environment of Dawat-e-Islami, an international, non-political propagational movement of Quran and Sunnah. The weekly ijtima in Babul Madina, Karachi, Pakistan, takes place every Thursday after Salatul Maghrib in Faizan-e-Madina, Mahallai Saudagaran, Old Sabzi Mandi. It is a madani request that you participate in this ijtima and try and spend the night in Faizan-e-Madina. Make it a habit to travel with the lovers of the Holy Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wa sallam on the madani kafile, and whilst doing fikr-e-Madina, to fill in your madani in amad card daily and to hand it in to your area zimmadar within the first 10 days of the new Islamic month. Insha'Allah Azza wa Jal, with the blessing of this, we will start acting upon the sunnah of the Prophet sallallahu ta'ala alayhi wa alihi wa sallam, have hatred for sins, and will safeguard our iman. Every Islamic brother should make the intention that I must try to rectify myself and the people of the whole world. Insha'Allah Azza wa Jal. To rectify ourselves, we will act upon the madani in amat, and to rectify the people of the whole world, we will travel in the madani qafile. Insha'Allah Azza wa Jal.